It is that time of the week. I know I look forward to it. And from the emails we get, I think a lot of our audience looks forward to this as well. Audience questions. First question today is from Scott. Scott says, "Hey, David, is it offensive to use the term abortion or abortive when talking about things other than medical abortion?" I don't think it is. And I will sometimes say, if there's some horrible right wing attempt at justifying something completely unconscionable, I'll say it was a completely abortive attempt to try to do whatever. Or I will say, oh, that was a complete abortion of a screenplay or whatever. I don't think that it is offensive. And I think part of it's not an issue for me, Lewis, of minimizing the impact that having the medical procedure of an abortion can have on a woman. It's not about that. But for me, it's more that this is a term which has been made controversial specifically when applied to the medical procedure of abortion. And much of that controversy is from people on the right who want to control women's bodies and make abortion illegal, etc. But the reality is that it's a word that exists in many other contexts than medical abortion. And I actually think it's giving power to the anti-abortionists in making it controversial to say, I'm never going to describe anything as abortive on principle. So I don't think it is offensive at its face to use that term.
I agree. Just think about the term abort. The conversation has led us, unfortunately, to make that connection, no matter how we're using the word. So, at its root, no, it's not offensive. It shouldn't be offensive. The term abortion shouldn't be offensive, but it's just this conversation that we've been having that here we are discussing
Now,
this.
there are obviously ways we can imagine in which the term abortion or abortive could be used in a context not referring to medical abortion that could ridicule or otherwise offend people in the way that it refers to medical abortion. There's no question to me that we could get emails from people saying, here's an example of using the term for something other than medical abortion that is very offensive. I don't deny that. In the same way that the term retard, for example, has basically been phased out, hopefully by most people, as a sort of insult because it does refer to people with a certain cognitive disability, etc. But there are still contexts, like, for example, when you are landing a plane and you retard the engines, that's not offensive, right? That's not referring to using the term retard as an ad hominem. We can, as reasonable people, understand how a word can be and cannot be offensive, depending on the context and the sort of significance that it is given.
Yes, and at the same time, you could be using the term abortive in casual conversation with someone who, unbeknownst to you, might have had an abortion at some point in time, or recently, or whenever, and you may inadvertently, insult them or strike a chord. So I guess you can't really predict that, but that would just be an accident.